All right, moving on to Saturday, week 5 college football breakdown. Going to the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. Texas Tech coming off that big upset win over Texas, traveling to play Kansas State, seeing the Wildcats at home, 7.5 point favorites, and a pretty high total by my estimation at 57.5. I'm going to play this from a team total perspective, and those don't usually widespread come out till about Saturday, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit to play this game. My best look in this game is Texas Tech under 25 points. That's what it's projected as. Like I said, they don't come out till Saturday morning, usually widespread. If I were to get this at 24 or anything more than that, I am going to play Texas Tech's team total under. Obviously coming off that big win against Texas, you have to really look deeper, though. I mean, one thing Texas Tech did great last week against Texas, they were great on 3rd and 4th down. I think 6 of 8 on 4th down. And I mean, they just, Texas could not get off the field. So that's why Texas Tech won the game, because they ran almost 100 plays, didn't get to 500 total yards. They weren't great on 1st and 2nd down. The only time they created explosive plays was when Texas jumped off sides. They took shots, but this is not a lethal offense yet. I like Zach Kittley. I like that hire as their offensive coordinator, but I've said this from the offset. They don't have a quarterback to run this system. Donovan Smith, who's going to play this game, he's the backup to start the year. Tyler Shuck got hurt in that season opener. Donovan Smith has really struggled with turnovers this year. Against NC State and Houston. Between those two games, he had 5 turnovers. I feel like the better defenses he plays, that's always going to be a possibility with him. And like I said, this is not a passing offense that's predicated on moving the ball vertically. It's an air raid system. They're really going to dink and dunk and try to do what they did last week to Texas. The issue is, I mean, Kansas State's a top 10 defense in the country. And I know that Oklahoma did get after them a bit last week. I know Kansas State won the game, but Oklahoma still did look good offensively. They ran the ball well. Dylan Gabriel played well. But that's kind of a unicorn type matchup. I feel like that veer and shoot system that Oklahoma's got, they got a good quarterback to run it. They're a significantly better offense than this Texas Tech team is. Against this Kansas State defense, you're just not going to sustain those 17, 18 play drives. They're really good up front. That was the other thing. Texas Tech had really struggled with sacks through the first 3 weeks. They improved on that last week. I think that might have more to say about Texas and their defensive issues than it does Texas Tech magically becoming better in that area. I think Kansas State will be able to get some pressure on Donovan Smith. I really liked him at the second level, which, those linebackers for Kansas State will figure into the passing game here. And then they returned both of their corners. And I loved backing this defense a year ago. Texas Tech, takeaway last week, and I know it's a big result, but against NC State, 14 points. Against Houston, in regulation, 20 points. So you're expecting them to go put up 24 or more on the road against a top 10 defense in the country. I just don't see that happening. So my best look in this game is going to be the Texas Tech team total under. We're going to have to wait till Saturday, like I said. As far as a side, I would lean towards Kansas State as well. I was on Kansas State first half last week, so obviously I saw what they did against Oklahoma's defense. At other times this year, though, that's been a bad offense. And, they've had bad quarterback play. Adrian Martinez, kind of as I expected, played really well last week. I'm interested to see if that's sustainable. I'm holding out hope there is, but he's played bad enough at times this year to where I'm not necessarily rushing to the window to lay 7.5 points with this offense. Obviously, they got Deuce Vaughn. They have fared well up front too, but give Texas Tech credit. Their defense is I think exceeded a lot of expectations for a lot of people, including me this year. I'm going to play Texas Tech under the 20. If we get it at 24 or anything above, it'll be a full 1-unit play for me, but I'll play their team total under. Before we get out of here, guys, I know you've been staring at the shirt the whole time. If you're wondering how you can look as cool and sexy as me, let me tell you, proud90.com, unique but very comfortable polos as well. They got t-shirts, hoodies, quarter zips, recently added a ladies line. Proud 90's got all your golf apparel needs. Browse their selection. If you see anything you like at checkout, use code Fordham. It's going to get you 15% off your entire order. Check the description for more information.